Hey guys, so I'm coming to you live for another episode of Speak Easy, and this one I'm actually outside. It's pretty nice out. I just have to make sure that there's no spiders because I don't do spiders. But my name is Alcides Pelzer. I am the voice coach, not a voice coach, but the voice coach, coming to you live and in person, or if you're catching this by the replay, thank you so much for catching the replay. If you go to bit.ly/love my voice, put in coupon code Speak Up, you can get a copy of my second book, Define Your Voice. And for those who are here live, you can still get that as well. Just make sure that you hop on over so that way you can get your copy of the ebook. So guess what? Today, how are you guys doing today? So I'm super excited. You know, I've been taking you guys on this journey. Hey, Michael, taking you guys on this journey of Speak Easy, which is the process that I go through when it comes to speaking and doing events. And you know, I have an event coming up, well, three back-to-back events just about coming up next week. And so part of what I've had to go through, thank you for sharing, Michael, part of what I've had to go through in this process is time management. Ooh, and that dreaded freaking Facebook Messenger. So let's talk about it. You guys know that I always come to you very honest, very transparent, because guess what? Somebody else may be wanting to put pull the wool over your eyes and not allow you to go behind the veil to see what really happens for motivational speakers as they are preparing for an event, but I'm not going to do that. Hey, Auntie Sherlyn. So when it comes to getting ready for an event, oh my goodness, so much is going on, but time management is very important. And why is that? Because. So time management is important at any stage of entrepreneurship, but it's very important when you have an event coming up. Why? Because you have things that need to get done. And if you're not prioritizing what you're doing, hey Auntie, hey Aubrey, how are you doing? If you're not prioritizing what you're doing, then guess what? You will get to the day of the event, you will not have products and services to offer people. You will not have things up on your website that are current. You will not have current videos. You will not have anything for people to see. Because guess what? We talked about this, guys. Social proof is very important. And so time management is key. Now, that part. Oh my goodness. Over the weekend, I really had to get back into my time management headspace. And so my coach, she did a time management class. And the time management class, I have the replay and stuff for it. So I had to go back and rewatch the time management class because I needed to understand what I was doing wrong. Make sure that everything was in order. Because like I said, I have 3 events coming up next week. And so I really don't have the time or the luxury to sit down and play around. And so I was looking at that. If you wanted to get a copy of it, bit.ly/unicorn resources is how you can get to her website. bit.ly/unicorn resources. So what is it that I had to do as for me as a speaker? One of the things that I had to do was I had to stop listening and looking at the notifications from Facebook Messenger. Now, this is the problem. I am a part of several international programs. I'm part of a couple different international teams doing different things. You know that one is Awake Africa Scotland. Another one is the Women of Worth community. Another one is a gentleman who was trying to get me to do a co-host a show with him. And you find that as you're doing stuff globally, even if you're doing stuff in the U.S., time zones, oh my goodness. Time zones are like a beast and will have you thrown for a loop. I promise you they will. So I thank you once again for those who have already shared out the broadcast. Those who haven't done so already, by all means, this is your time that you can share out the broadcast. But time management is important because guess what? We have so many things that will be going off, dinging and notifications. And for them, the time zone in Scotland and over in the UK is a 6-hour difference. So literally in my AM is their PM already. And my early morning, they're up. They're already up and ready to go, ready to get the day started, right? Hey, Toya, they're already up and ready to get the day started. And so I really have to manage my time. That's one of the reasons why I am up at 4:45 in the morning, is because it allows me time to engage with those who are on, I think it's GMT time, which it would be Africa, UK, and Scotland are all on GMT time. It gives me time to engage with them, connect with them, talk to them in the inbox or, whatever messages I do. And then I don't have to worry about, being so thinking like, oh my goodness, I haven't talked to them today. So now I'm paying attention to whatever notifications are coming through. We can't do that. Another thing with time management is you got to learn to put on the do not disturb and learn to take it back off. Yes, 4:45, Auntie. Yes, 4:45 in the morning. Normally 4:45 at the latest. I'm up by 5:30 because the kids are usually up by 5. Now the only difference with that is my children are. Today was the last day of school, so they may not be up. Some of them say early risers like their mama, but they won't always be up at 2 o'clock in the morning. But I'll still be up because that gives me, like I said, it's better for me to engage with those who are on GMT time. And so that time management is important. So you really have to get back to understanding, guess what? I got to have time to shut it all down. Shut it down. It's going down for it. No, you got to shut it down. You have to, guys. I'm telling you. And you have to shut it down in such a way that you're not picking up your phone every 5 minutes. You're not, you got to get into the habit of it. So my problem is I put on do not disturb and then forget to take it off. So when I go live, I put it on so that way no notifications come through as I'm live and it doesn't freeze up the broadcast. But also when you're working on something, like right now, I'm finishing up my sixth book, my fourth personal book project, and my sixth book that'll be published. I'm finishing that up. So I have to shut down in order to get that completed. If not, I'll be all over the place. It won't get done. Hey, Lorvelle. If not, it won't get done. Right? Hey, Nina. Right? Exactly. You gotta be. And you know what? This is the thing. It used to be that entrepreneurs, they said entrepreneurs were early risers and would wake up at 6 a.m. They said, the real entrepreneurs, the ones that's really getting stuff done, are up at 6 a.m. Well, it has changed. And now entrepreneurs, they said, are up at 4 a.m. I'm kind of in the middle. Y'all. So that part. So I'm okay with being in the middle. That's all right. I ain't mad at it. But you got to realize that you got to get up early in order to get some things done. If you're not an early bird, then stay up late. But you got to make sure you're scheduling time. Oh, that's sunlight, though. You got to make sure that you're scheduling time in order to get things done. That's the main important piece. If you're not scheduling time to get stuff done, guess what? It won't get done. If you're leaving it up in your head with the shopping list, with the groceries, the laundry got to get picked up, and what was that I needed to pick up for the kids for school, and and I got to get the tires rotated on the car. If you're trying to leave what you need to do for your business, and again, as a speaker, you are an entrepreneur. If you're leaving what you need to do as a speaker, part of your business, if you're leaving it up in your head, then it's not that important to you because it can easily get forgotten. And then by the end of the day, you're looking around like, what did I accomplish? Did I get anything done? Oh my goodness, you're like, I was supposed to do this. Or how many of you don't even write lists? Now, that's the other thing. A big part of time management is having a to-do list. Right? You got to have a to-do list. If you do not have a to-do list, I can tell you, you selling yourself short. And I'm not talking about a to-do list that got 40 things on it. That's not a to-do list. That's not a to-do list. A to-do list, a proper one, should be less than 10 things. No more than 10 things should be on your list each day. And I'm going to tell you why. Because 9 times out of 10, if you have more than 10 things on your list, it's a bunch of stuff that you don't even need to do yourself, that you need to ask for help. That right? I know that's right, Lorvelle. Lorvelle said, I got a to-do list. It's either stuff that you can ask for help. It's stuff that you can, that isn't a priority. And like I said, for me, I'm speaking next week. So I literally, everything is a priority that's going towards that stuff. It doesn't mean that I don't have stuff to do for my family. It just means that I need to pay attention to what I'm doing for the business. So what am I doing for the business? That means I'm getting up early. That means what is my scheduling like when I do my posts? I did a blog post over the weekend. I had to make sure that went out, and I had to do an email that went out this morning. I had to schedule that yesterday. What are you doing? This is all a part of the business. The business as an entrepreneur, which as a motivational speaker you are, this is a part of the business. And guess what? Can I be real with you? And I said this earlier, as an entrepreneur, some of y'all are still in a retail management mentality. I know that hurt. It did. I know it did. I know that hurt. But it's the truth. As an entrepreneur, some of you are still in, oh, thank you, Nina. Hey, Carol. Some of you are still in a retail management mentality. And this is the reason why. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, my goodness. How are you doing today? The thing about it is, with the retail management mentality, you don't really have control of the business. You always need somebody still to take control. You need somebody to tell you what to do. You need somebody to give you instructions. As a true entrepreneur, guess what? We don't have time. We don't have the luxury of waiting for someone to give us instructions on building our business. We don't have the luxury of having somebody give us instructions on what to do next. We have to take the initiative. Hey, Nelson. We have to take the initiative and say, I'm going to make this happen. So even as a speaker, again, as a speaker, you are an entrepreneur. I have to take the initiative to say, I'm going to get events. I'm going to be a speaker at events. I need to reach out to people. I'm going to do interviews. I need to reach out to people. How many interviews I'm doing? Time management is important because guess what? You can reach out to as many people as you want. But if you're not looking at your calendar, you're not paying attention and putting stuff into your phone, you're not keeping track of everything, then you'll miss opportunities. As an entrepreneur, that's not a good look. It's not. As a speaker, especially because we're already said, people already look at speakers like we're just, we're the unicorns of the world when it comes to entrepreneurship. Speakers and writers are the unicorns. We don't really, that's not real. It's not a real job. That's what they try to tell us, right? It's not a real job. But in all actuality, it's definitely a real career. It is. And I have to do research. I have to do training. And if I'm not, then it's a hobby. That's just the reality of it. Is it going to be a hobby for you, or is it going to be a business? There are plenty of speakers out here that this is a hobby. That's it. That's all it is. It's a hobby. They're not worried about how much they get paid. Matter of fact, they still invest in money in order to speak. And they're not researching targets. They don't even know their target. So that part is important for us to understand. Right? Exactly. That part is very important. And so as we move forward in building and growing, then we have this understanding. And see, that's why I teach my speakers who are in my classes, that's what I teach them, is that, okay, we got to get out of this retail management mentality. We got to get out of this, somebody tell me what to do. Somebody create a policy and procedures for me. Somebody create a contract. No, you create your own contract. bit.ly/live loud now for the next 3-week intensive that's coming up in July. You create your own contract. You create your own policies and procedures. Because guess what? You're the brand. You are the brand. You are the business. You are everything. It all surrounds you. Exactly. You are the brand. You are the business. It all surrounds you. And as you move to that next level and that next thought process, guess what? It's all going to look different. It is. You're going to meet new people. You're going to talk to new people and network and engage with new people. But again, if you're not paying attention to our time management skills, we'll be all over the place. We'll never have time to network and collaborate with people because we're always going to we always got to be hands-on. We touching everything. Oh, no, we can't have somebody else do that, so we got to do it. We touching this. No, come on. There's no way for you to make this a business if you're not willing to understand and be honest with yourself about what it is that you can accomplish with your own two hands. In your day, in your time that you have available, what is it that you can accomplish and what is it that you can delegate to somebody else? And yes, even as a motivational speaker, there are things that we need to delegate. That part. And then we get with this whole Facebook Messenger. Y'all, I'm like 3 seconds from like deleting it from my phone. Because it gives people access to you, but I think it gives people too much access with this whole being able to call you via Facebook Messenger and exactly, Lorvell. Like, you got to be able, you want to call people with Facebook Messenger. I got a message at 3 in the morning. Right, Nelson? Oh my goodness. At 3 o'clock in the morning. Why are you why am I why? And I understand that, okay, you were probably up and my laptop was up, so you thought that I was up, but I wasn't. So why are we calling somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning? And 3 in the morning, Lorvell, I'm a mom. So I'm a light sleeper. Once I'm up, I'm up. So I was up a whole hour and 45 minutes early this morning. Mind you, I took the time to do some work because that's just me. But it's really a distraction. And that's that other piece of the time management is we really got to understand what is a distraction for you. Is cable a distraction? Then get it shut off. And don't say to me, oh, I can't get the cable shut off because the kids are home for summer, blah, blah, blah. Okay, get the kids some jobs. Make them do something. Listen, tell them go wash cars in the neighborhood. If they want cable and they can pay for it, I bet you they find something else to do. Exactly. Hello, Boaz. And I was like, oh my goodness. But listen, turn the cable off. Turn it off. If you can't sit down and get something done without looking and trying to find out what's on. And I was talking about this earlier on one of my broadcasts. I said, all of these apps that are on our phone, sometimes we pay too much attention to them. I said, I go through and I spend a certain amount of time, engaging with people on social media throughout the day. I take little increments of time and I go on and I'll engage. And there was something that came up with this whole Amber Rose challenge. And if I was somebody that really followed her, then I would probably have been on there for about 3 hours. Finding out information about this challenge, researching it, going to websites, Googling it. I don't have time for that. I looked at the picture, scrolled past, and engaged with the picture. Well, no, let me not lie. I unfollowed the person that posted it. Because if you're posting things like that, then you're really not here to network, at least not on my level. So I need to unfriend you or unfollow, because that's not what I need to see on my timeline. But I unfollowed. Exactly, Michael. People are resourceful. And guess what? Kids are the most resourceful of all. They'll find something, right? They'll be outside playing freezer tag, jumping rope. They'll be riding them bikes that you bought them that they ain't used ever. Hey, Tarisha. Hey, sis. They'll be outside riding them bikes that they've never used, that you bought them for Christmas like 3 years ago. Yeah, that type stuff. Yeah. But time management is important. And then this is the other piece. This is the last piece, and then I'll let you guys go because I think it's almost about that time. But this is the other part of it, is that we set the standard, we set the example. So when we get better at our time management, our children get better at theirs. And so I made a statement to my children because this year everybody was engaged with several different things, and they really struggled with the time management this year with their grades. And so I said, okay, well, I struggled this year as well with my time management. So again, that was why I went back. And again, like I said, if you need that resource, bit.ly/unicorn resources. She has a time management class on her website. I said, I had to go back and go through that program again so that way I can get my time management in order and help them get theirs in order. And we set that standard. We're the example. So what example are you giving to your children? Because you can't expect them to come home with good grades. You can't expect them to come home and do everything that they're supposed to do if when you come home, you sit down on the couch and you start watching TV. That part. We can't expect them to set aside time to, get something done if we're not willing to set aside time to get stuff done. We can't. They're going to rise to the level that they see us at. So guess what? If your children aren't at that level, sometimes we got to do a self-check, and say, what level am I at? Now, that doesn't mean to say that children won't go left, because we know children go left sometimes. Let's be honest and say that children go left sometimes. But really, what example are you showing them? What standard are you giving them? What's the level that you want them to achieve? And so that's what I had for you guys for today for Speak Easy. If you don't know who I am, you're living under a rock. My name is Altaviz Pelzer. I am the voice coach, not a voice coach, but the voice coach. I come to you live every afternoon, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. for Speak Easy, giving you the behind the scenes of what it means to be a motivational speaker. Yes, a paid motivational speaker, the things that you go through, the things that you learn along the way. And I love going through this process with you guys. So what I do is I leave the video up for 24 hours, and then I take the video down and I put it over on my YouTube page. So if you go to YouTube, I'm Altaviz Pelzer over on YouTube as well. You can follow it, and you'll also see some of my other videos will be going up this week. Let's see. What else did I say? Oh, yeah. Don't forget the free download. bit.ly/Love My Voice. Coupon code Speak Up. In order for you to get a free copy of my second book, Define Your Voice. I'm currently working on book number 6. Number 4 of my personal books. And number 6 out of all books that will be on Amazon. Super excited about that one. That new one is called Hold My Hand. You'll be seeing the release date for that one really soon. What else? Oh, and I look forward to seeing you guys in Philadelphia, in Baltimore, and New York next week. Yes! Philadelphia, Baltimore, and New York next week. Looking forward to seeing you guys. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. Don't forget to press it out. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.